Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lois. Well, today I want to show you a typical day spent in the countryside. So on this day I decided to wake up and just go to my dad's compound. Yes, my dad is my neighbor, so I wanted to spend the day at our home this time. So I went early and visited the garden. I was helping to harvest the groundnuts from my dad's garden. We have different types of groundnuts which are harvested differently, and this particular type is just dug out. So these were the ones that were harvested previously, and we decided to bring them out of the house and put them under the sun to dry. It takes about 3 to 4 or 5 days for it to dry properly. So you have to make sure they're dry, otherwise they'll start getting rotten. One of my favorite seasons to visit the countryside is during the groundnut harvest, because you not only work but you also eat while working, and the neighbors come together to help each other, and of course they go back with a couple of cups of groundnuts for themselves. So we normally boil or just roast them while working. After harvesting the groundnuts, I decided to visit my dad's corn garden and harvest a few for breakfast. Okay, maybe not a few, because I did harvest a lot, because I wanted to make both the boiled ones and also roast some. So yeah, we eat them differently. Sometimes we boil them, other times we just roast them. But this morning I was in the mood and I decided to do both. Like I said, I am my dad's neighbor, and normally I have the same things growing in my compound, like the corn, for example, and maybe even mangoes, etc. etc. But when I wake up on this side of the bed and I'm in the mood to just be home, I ferry my framework and go home and just roam around dad's garden and harvest whatever I want. Sometimes I harvest from my garden and either cook and take for them, or I just carry everything and cook from home so that we can eat together. And other times I just invite them over and then we have some special moments. So when you find me on my dad's tree, eating some fruits or hidden in his garden somewhere, do not think I am stealing. I am 100% allowed to be there anytime, whether he's around or not. So anyway, I was the roaster this morning. I roasted so many corn and I don't remember how many I ate, but I ate and ate and ate. So by the time the actual breakfast time came, I was already full, but still I had to eat because they were so irresistible, guys. Very sweet. When you harvest these fresh from the garden, they're so sweet. So I just had some more and more, and I wasn't worried about my stomach. Normally, when I get sick, I don't have appetite whatsoever for anything, but when you bring corn, I will eat for you. On the previous day, I had ordered for a sack of cassava from another farmer's garden to support her, and I decided to make my own cassava flour for the millet bread. We call it tap. So we either mix the cassava flour with some little millet flour, or we can also use sorghum flour if we don't have it. Dividing the cassava like this makes it easier to peel. After peeling, the cassava is obviously very dirty, so we have to wash them thoroughly. and that means washing multiple times until they are very, very clean. Otherwise, you'll have a flour with so much soil in it, and it's not very nice and healthy, especially with appendicitis. As you can see, the cassava is already clean after being washed multiple times. After washing, we put them on a clean surface like this to allow dripping. Because after this stage, we are going to prepare our cassava for the drying process. This was already afternoon and it had threatened to rain, so we were just on the veranda doing this. And of course, since the veranda was a little small, we decided to keep shifting it in one position to the other just to allow more dripping. After this process, we later stored the cassava inside to allow some fermenting. Yes, my grandmother told me that it is important to do this so that the cassava is not so sticky when you mingle it later on while making your bread. The next day, I went back and we brought the cassava outside, and this is how it looked. So to speed up the process of drying, we decided to just crush them like this to, if you know your science, is it something to do with the surface area, right? Yeah, so this is how we do it to speed the process of drying and also makes grinding easier. And yes, it dried very well, and later on we sampled by making just plain cassava bread. If there is anything that I enjoy so much is taking random walks, and so if I am in the east, this is my best walks ever, because the air is fresh. There are no vehicles disturbing, especially if you know the roads you're taking. So for me particularly, on this evening I was visiting a family. These guys are farmers, and I really like to support them whenever I can. And it just there's something about visiting their homestead. I feel so at home. If you found me there, you'd think I am the owner of the home. But yeah, I went to pick some eggplants because they had so many growing and they were selling. So I decided to just go and see them for myself instead of bringing them for me. The thing about eggplants is that you can harvest so much and still dry and preserve. That is one of the ways that you can preserve eggplants if you have lots of harvest, so that you have some available for future consumption. This little guy is supposed to be my friend, but on this particular evening, he refused to leave his mom's back. So we had to follow the rules and carry him along. So here we were counting down. So this was our eggplants that I chopped and put under the sun to dry, and of course brought them to Kampala. It's very delicious when you just paste it with peanut butter and eat, maybe with a tap or sweet potatoes, posho, whatever. It's very delicious. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.